Hey everyone, Katie here, and tonight we have Steve Pearson and Dave Rainica. If you guys want to say hello, that'd be awesome.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey,
Well, I wanted to say welcome to all the welcome you to the Monday night 24-hour marketing mastermind. And tonight we have a special treat. Dave Rainica here is gonna go over what he calls SAM. Okay, a way that actually Dave is getting free traffic on how he built his entire business using SAM. So he doesn't really teach this often, so if you're watching this now, that you are in for an absolute real treat, because uh, before I turn it over to Dave, I actually just wanted to share with you that for me, Sam has been the the reason that actually Steve and I got on the leaderboards, and congrats to Dave, by the way, who stayed on the leaderboards for the past 6 months. I mean, that's freaking awesome. And real quick, there's actually a few of you who already know what the training is about, and you've been using SAM to get results for yourself. And so, actually SAM stands for the South African method. I love that. And we're using YouTube. And if you've already using this method, go ahead and comment below and tell us whether you're just getting results with that. That'd be super, super awesome. And as many of you would know, that I'm a big advocate of compliance. So this is actually the time that I need to talk about income disclaimer. So using SAM doesn't guarantee results. However, if you follow what Dave is about to teach you, you may be surprised at how easy it is to learn, and getting results can happen, but only if you put in the work. So what I can guarantee is you will not get results if you do not use SAM. Okay, and that actually goes for any method that we actually teach you on this hangout. You're actually not required to use SAM to get results. So whether you're someone who attends 24-hour marketing mastermind every Monday, or if you're just here, if you're someone who's here for the first time and you're new to these webcasts, know that each week that we are here to offer a wide variety of different strategies that have worked for us in the past. For instance, we actually had an amazing Instagram training from Steve Pearson last week that I actually implemented in my business and got some immediate results. So I want to say thanks to Steve for that, because I took action. See, that's the point. I took action and learned the strategy, and we encourage you to pick the one strategy that interests you the most and master it, okay? With that, I'd like to pass it over to Dave, unless Steve actually has something that he'd like to add. He can certainly do that, but Dave, you can go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Katie, for that introduction. It's really awesome that you guys are here. That is true. I don't normally teach this very often, but you know what? I felt that I needed to share this with as many people as possible, because I know people want to see results, and a lot of people they don't when they get started, they're still learning how to blog, they're still learning how to do all the intricate things, and that may take some time to get momentum, because we will have to go through a learning process. But the reason how it came to be is when I first got started in this industry, I was learning what they would call the bait and switch method. So I don't know if you guys are aware of, you might look for a product that's a legitimate product, and then as you search for it on YouTube, you click on it and you watch this video, and you've got some guy on there saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is my beautiful wife, and this is my family, and I just want to tell you that, it is possible to make money online," and they ramble on, and they actually say nothing about the product. And when I first got started in the industry, that's the method I was taught, but I wasn't getting any results with it, mainly because I didn't know how to do video at all, because I would just introduce myself and I wasn't really talking about any particular product. And so I was actually forced to do something else. And long story short, I ended up doing Craigslist. But the problem was that I with doing Craigslist and getting results of that method, because I live in South Africa, I'm not able to do that method. My accounts were shut down, and I was forced to go back to video. And then, of course, when I started doing video again, and I was doing that bait and switch method, it didn't actually feel so good, because what I was really doing is just frustrating people who were looking for products out there. So they were actually looking for a genuine product, but then I would come along and do the whole bait and switch, and I didn't really feel right doing that to people. So what I started to do was I started to, because I was always told, do something you're passionate about, do something you enjoy, and I've got a background in trading, and I know that Steve does as well. I loved trading on the stock market. It was incredibly addictive. I loved it to bits. The only problem is when you do trading, your stress levels go extremely high. There's something they call paper trading when you're trading, or dummy trading when you're just trading with currency, but you're trading in the real markets with pretend money. And the moment you put in real money, something happens to your I don't know what it is, but you just become incredibly stressful because it's real money. And of course you make mistakes, and you can't be too emotional when you're actually trading. And so as a result of that, I said to myself, what is it that I can do? And so I remember that there was a thing called binary options that was going around a lot, and people were looking into these binary option programs, mainly driven by a piece of software that would allow you to trade on autopilot and make you millions within a few weeks, or at least that's what the programs say. A lot of them do. There are so many programs that come out on a daily basis and you know, the names just get made up. Like there's always a Christmas binary bot. There's always a special binary bot, you know, a digital bot maker, you name it. In fact, I was going through a phase where I would make up names, and then a few weeks later that same program came up, because people are just constantly bringing out these programs, and they just scams. That's all they are. They just scam. So I thought what I could do is expose these scams, and because people are looking for ways to make money online. And there are so many people searching for like reviews on these binary options. I thought, why don't I just get in there and do a review on these binary options, and then give people alternatives. Now, I don't just give people alternatives in the sense that I talk about binary options as a scam, and then I just say to them, right, join my program. I don't do that. I really do follow with the idea of giving people value. So if people want to get into any sort of trading, I give them advice. And I say to them, look, you know, if you want to get into this type of situation or this type of trading, go to a school, learn the actual trade, you know, speak to a financial advisor, find somebody that you can speak to face to face. And if you have to find something online, make sure that you can actually contact this person and actually have a Skype conversation with them. And so I would give people that alternative, and then I would also say, look, if that isn't for you, and you realize maybe this isn't something you want to do, I also teach people how to make money online, so why don't you click the link below. And that's basically what I do. I find an area, and you can apply this to any niche, okay? You don't have to do this in binary options. This is just the choice that I went with. And as a result, I found that it worked very well. And in fact, I built my entire business on YouTube traffic, to the point where I went from zero, earning up to $5,000 a month. And I built that entire thing on YouTube. And it works. It really does work. It gets you results. I'm not going to guarantee you it's going to get you any sales, but I will say that it will get you results in the form of views, in the form of opt-ins, and then because it's a numbers game, you continually do this method over and over again, and you will see results. I know that when Katie started this out, she started this, and I told Katie, do this for 90 days and on a consistent basis, and you will see results. And I think Katie would agree with me in saying that it really does work. Because, Katie, I mean, wasn't that your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, what's funny is that you told me to do the 90 days, and I was so into it and just doing it as a habit that one day I just realized, like, hey, I think it's been past 90 days, but it really doesn't matter because it's working, and I'm just going to keep doing it.
Right. And you will see results with this method. And the thing is, you have to be diligent. I mean, not all of us are natural speakers, and believe me, I'm not a natural speaker. But the whole idea is to just keep plugging away at it and really, you know, the thing is, people say, they might say to me, Dave, you're just really lucky because you get these results. But you know what? As Gary Player said, the harder I work, the luckier I become. And that's a true statement. The harder you work, the luckier you become. Now, if people want to know what this actual method is and how to actually go about it, basically what I'm doing is I am finding a list of binary option programs, all right? Now, you can find them anywhere on the internet. All you got to do is just search for binary option automated programs. That's all you got to do. Just search for them, and you can find hundreds of these programs that come out on a daily basis. You can find them on jvnewswatch.com, but you've got to make sure that it's an actual binary options, okay? Don't go ahead and promote something you don't know anything about. You can find them on, there's jvzoo.com as well, but as I said, make sure that it's a binary options. And the website that really works well in finding binary option programs is a site called clicksure.com. And that is where the main culprits lie. But as I said, if you're going to be doing a review on a program, make sure that you know a bit about the product. Now, you may be watching and saying, Dave, I know nothing about binary options. How in the world am I going to speak on this subject? Well, there's a very simple way to actually overcome that. All right. Number one, spend an entire day or half a day or, you know, as much time as you need and go and search what are binary options. Go and look at it. Do it the actual research. There are plenty of videos out there that will explain what binary options are. They'll explain how trading works. You can get yourself so educated on the subject just so you can get an idea about what the whole thing is about. And you know, it's trading currencies in a special way. Steve, I know I'm putting you on the spot there, but you are the guy that actually trades binary options. Could you give a small little summary about what actually binary options is, trading it?
Well, trading in binary options is basically you making an educated decision, or some people like to call it a bet, whether you can either trade currency, commodities, or stocks. So you're taking a bet whether a currency pair, a commodity, or a stock will go up or down within a certain time period. So if you do like a 5-minute trade, you say, is the Euro JPY going to go up or down in that time period? Let's say you put that it's going to go up, and then after 5 minutes, if your starting price is higher, if your ending price of the stock is higher than the entry price, then you're going to win the trade. And if it's lower, you're going to lose that trade.
So right, the main difference between trading a binary option and trading a stock
time limit.
It's a time limit. Okay, so yeah. there is a set spread of time that you've got before you make the trade and get out. So that is the main difference. But as I said, go ahead and look it up. Do some research so you can get to know about it. All right, because that's how you educate yourself. And the thing about educating yourself is you become more confident and you can speak with a certain amount of authority. There's no point to making a video and then speaking about something which you're not really sure about. And once you actually get to know what it's about, it's a funny thing. You actually start to speak with a level of authority and people can actually see it in your eyes, right? Believe it or not, they can. There's just something about the way people speak. So get to know it, all right? Now, what I'm going to do is just explain before I get it to my screen share. When you, what we are doing is we are borrowing the traffic of other products that have got extreme amount of traffic. So you take a binary option program, and because that program is marketed by marketers, they've obviously advertised this thing up the wazoo, sending it to lists, advertising all over the place. And as a result of that, what you want is a tiny percentage of that traffic. So what you're doing is you're taking the program's name and you're using it for a way to people to search for it. So your title of your YouTube video will be that particular binary option program review at the end. And then when people search for it on YouTube, your video comes up and they can click on it and you can go ahead and do your video. That's what we're doing. It's kind of like going to a baseball game and you have a t-shirt that says you teach baseball. And as you walk into the stadium and people can see you, because of all the traffic around you, what you're doing is you're advertising what you're doing. So you're borrowing the traffic off the other baseball, baseball fans. And that's really what we are doing. And believe it or not, that's how so much traffic works when people are trying to get themselves in the front door. Now, you can do this with anything, all right? I spoke to a guy when we were at the event in Las Vegas, and he was trying to figure out how he could get traffic. And I said, what is it you do for a living? And he says, well, he designs websites. So I said, well, why don't you go ahead and review products about making websites, and then do a review on that particular product, and then give people alternatives to that. And what alternatives can you give them? Well, you can give them the Kolatu blog. That's exactly what we're doing. You're trying to use traffic and then just get your foot in the front door so you can get a piece of the pie of that traffic and use it for your business. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to do that right now. Let me see. Just tell me if you can see my screen. I'm going to minimize this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, cool. Now, if you go to this website, it's called clicksure.com. Now, remember, guys, this is what I recommend. This is my opinion, and I'm going to say this to you. Whenever you are doing a binary option review, do not, and I repeat, do not tell people where you are finding this information from ClickSure. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this because there are so many other marketers that are going to be looking at this. They'll go to ClickSure, and then they'll just do the same thing that you are doing. All right, that's a bit of a heads up. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying it's a way for you to stand out and kind of keep this to yourself, so that you can use it to your advantage. All right. So I'm actually sharing this information with you so that you can use it to build your business. All right. So in ClickSure, all you got to do is create an account and then use this information. Use the information they offer in ClickSure as a way for you to look at these binary option programs. Now, here's another thing that I would not recommend. Some people have got it in their head to say, well, let me just get on the bandwagon and let me become an affiliate with ClickSure and then make money with this program. Okay, first of all, that's not, I don't think that's very smart. And the reason I say it's not very smart is because there is so much corruption in binary options that if you're going to be part of the problem, you're not going to stand out as a person who's ethical. All right, so do yourself a favor and don't become an affiliate. You can say to people in your video, look, if you want to give it a try, see what it's like, but I'm telling you now, you're probably going to lose money. All right, so here are the programs. Now, there's a whole lot of programs that came out since the 30th, and these are the products that you should be doing reviews on. Now, I've done an example for you today. I've done quite a few of them, actually. I've done 10, but I'm going to choose one right now, and I'm going to choose this one here, Digital Day Trader. Okay, so that's going to be an example. This is Digital Day Trader. It's a binary options program, and they don't actually reveal that it's a binary option program until you actually opt into their page. But I'm going to show you what you can do to actually find out information on this. Right over here on the right-hand corner, they'll have something here called Promotional Tools. You would click on that. And you'll see that they have this Digital Day Trader place where you can get information on how to promote this product. Now, all you need to do is to get to the actual page at Digital Day Trader. All right, and the way you do that is very often they'll have this this little link here which you promote. You would just copy that, go up to the top. Now I've already got Digital Day Trader here, but I'm going to paste this in to show you what you need to do. You'll see that there are 4 X's over here. Make sure you do not press enter here. Just take away 1 X. You just need 3 X's. And then this page is going to open up right over here. Now, let me just... Okay, so this is Digital Day Trader. Now, this is actually one of the most unique ones in that they don't tell you that it's a binary option program. All they do is they say it's Digital Day Trader. And you won't find out it's a binary options platform until you actually put in your email address. But here's what I'm going to advise you to do. What you need to do is you need to watch this video from beginning to end. All right? I know that some of them are long, some of them are short, but you need to watch it. And the reason you need to watch it is you need to make sure that this program is in fact a binary option program. All right? Because sometimes, every now and then, ClickShare will release an actual genuine product like a Signal service that isn't a binary option program. And the last thing you want to do is look like an idiot and be talking about something you're not sure about. So go ahead and watch this video from beginning to end. Every single time you do a review. It doesn't take long. And then get the information. And the information, I hope you're taking notes, guys. Please take notes. Make sure you try and get the author of the person that's behind the product. So in this case, it's Leonard Dames, who doesn't exist. This particular person, this actual picture you're looking at here is actually taken from a stock photograph, which I found on Google. And I guarantee you this guy is also one of them. But go ahead and watch the entire video, and then if nothing is set up by binary options and they say go on to the next video, make sure you put in your email address, put it in, and sign up for free. Try and put in an email address that you have access to, but don't put it in your main one either, although I do. I don't mind it. And then go ahead and check out what they've got to offer. Now here's the second page, and this is where it gets interesting. The same guy speaks, and then you wait for these things like these testimonials, and this is where you can have so much fun, because this guy will be talking to you, and it looks like a real testimonial, right? Wrong. If you go to Fiverr over here, go to Fiverr.com, and you go under the video and animation and go to testimonials and reviews by actors, you'll actually find...
By the way, I think his name is Bob. You get to know these guys, and it's kind of funny because you're like, oh, hey, there's Bob again. Oh, hey, there's Greg. And so it's just kind of funny. I just wanted to point that out.
No, that's cool. It's cool. So what happens is sometimes it's a bit of a... You've got to search for these guys, but he's right over here. And you can actually see him here. Here's this guy. It's actually the same... I think it's the same... oh, no, it's not. He's wearing a different T-shirt. But as you can see, he's an actor. Okay? So you've got this actor, and all you need to really say, I mean, come on. I mean, if the program was legit, if the program was really real, do you honestly think they would find people to give testimonials? No. They would find real people. I mean, come on. If something actually did work like this, they would just find the first person they'd use and say, please make a video. They'll be like, absolutely, man, this thing helped me. And the incredible thing is that, and here's another tip, make sure you bookmark these guys. All right, so bookmark them in your bookmark so that you can get to know them. There's actually a lady in the video testimonial, and both Steve and myself, we call her Closet Lady. Is she even here? Where is she? There she is. Right here. Closet Lady. She's right in front of the closet. And she appears in so many of these programs. This guy as well, over here. This guy pretended to be George from that, what was it called, Katie? That George, well, Steve, what was it called? Binary Op...
Oh, that was the professional binary. George S.
Yeah, George. Yeah, the George S. Without the, oh my word, it's just
George
so
S. 35 years experience of Fiverr.com.
Yeah, and here another guy. He pretends to be a preacher as well. Oh, man, I honestly don't know how these people sleep at night. But anyway, you go ahead, you get that information. You see if they have the actors. Now, look, let me also be clear. Let me just get back to my video here. Let me be clear. If you cannot find a testimonial, it doesn't mean to say that it's over. Okay, you don't have to worry about that, because I'm going to explain in a few minutes how you can actually overcome that. Because what I'm about to say will make sense, and anybody with a brain who follows what I'm saying will understand why these programs don't work. Okay? Now, before I get into the actual content of what I'm going to say in these videos, I'm going to just tell you what programs you can use. So if you don't have a piece of software to use, you can use a program called Screencast-O-Matic, or Screencast-O-Matic, as you guys say. Go ahead and download it, and then use that as a way for you to record your videos. It's very effective. I know that Katie uses it, and there's one for Mac and there's one for PC. I use Camtasia. If you don't know how to use Camtasia, that's fine, but you can use Screencast, or you can use an Adobe product. But the whole idea is you've got to learn how to make a video. And if you don't know how to make a video, as I said before about learning binary options, take a day, don't rush through it, and just learn how to put video up on YouTube. All right? Now, the next thing. What do you say in your video? Okay? So what is it that you actually want to say to people when they see your video? Now, the biggest mistake I always made when I made video was this. I would introduce myself and tell people where I lived and what my favorite color was and what I did on the weekend, and then I would finally get to the point. Big mistake. Here's a fact about video. If you don't grab a person's attention in the first 7 seconds, okay? So in the first 7 seconds, even 5 seconds, if you don't tell people why they are there, they're going to click off your video. So do not. All right? Do not. And make sure that in your video you always say something like, in this video we're going to be talking about digital day trader, okay? Or digital day trader. What is it all about? Or something unique, but make sure that people know what you're talking about. Because if you say, hi, my name is Gerald Fitzpatrick, and I want to talk to you about ClickOff, and you're gone. All right? So you want to make sure you say the name quickly so they know why you're there. The other thing you want to make sure is make sure that you lit up. Okay? Do not make a video when it's dark time, okay, when there's no light at all, because people want to see who you are. That's important. Another thing is to make sure that you have good audio. If you don't have an expensive microphone, that's fine. Get yourself a cheap boom mic and just use that. In fact, when I started out, I was using a boom mic, but I hated the fact that it was here. So I would just put it on the table below me, and I would speak really loudly into it. So that's what I did. And then, of course, get yourself a good camera, a video camera. Don't use the cheap ones. Get yourself a good quality camera that's maybe got 8 to 10 megapixels on it. That way you can make a decent video. See if it takes 720p on video. It's always good to get a good video. All right, so having said that, you say to them, in this video we're going to be talking about digital day trader. And you want to find out if it works or not. Now, I'm telling you what to say, so please take notes. Tell them why they're there, and then tell them what they need to know. So we're going to be talking about digital day trader, and if it's going to actually make you any money online. All right? That way you got their attention. Then you can start your actual presentation. Now, you can start your presentation with something like this after you've said those things. You can say something like, I'm going to tell you why you should stay away from this product, and these are my reasons. Or you could say something like, some of you may have heard of Digital Day Trader, and you want to find out if it's going to work. All right, now, these are the reasons why I don't think this is going to work for you. And you take them through 5 reasons, okay? And then you can say, I'm going to show you those reasons, and then after the video, I'm going to give you some alternatives. Say alternatives. Don't say, I'm going to give you another way, all right? Say alternatives, plural, because people want to know that they have a few options. If you say, I'm going to give you another way, it's just a bait and switch, and then they think, what's the point, and they click off. So I'm going to give you some alternatives at the end if this is perhaps not for you, or perhaps you want to get into some sort of other ways of making money. You can do that. Now here are the 5 things that you need to tell people when they get to the video, all right? After you've had your introduction, you can say, these are the 5 things. The first thing you know about trading any sort of commodity is that you need to have a mentor. You need to have somebody who's going to actually guide you in your trades, and you need to have a mentor. When I got into trading, I had a mentor. When Steve got into trading, he had a mentor. You need to have a mentor. That's the first thing. The second thing you need is a strategy. All right? Your mentor needs to go through a strategy with you so that you can make effective trades. That's with any platform. I don't care if you're trading currencies, commodities, stocks, whether you're trading binary options, whether you're trading any sort of thing, futures. You need to have a strategy. The third thing you need is an understanding of indicators. All right? So just like when you're following your tracker, when you're driving, you need to have indicators, not indicators, but you need to have an indicator to show you where you need to go. So in trading, you need to have some sort of device that's going to give you an indication of where a trade might go. And they come in the form of stochastics, they come in the form of candlesticks, they come in the form of Bollinger Bands, they come in the form of trends, they come in the form of volume. You need to have an understanding of that so that you can make an informative decision. All right? So mentor, strategy, indicators. The fourth thing you need is an understanding of the markets. Right? So you need to understand how America influences other markets like Asia and Russia. So for instance, in our economy in South Africa, when America has a good economy that goes up, it affects our economy, so we go up slightly after them. So you need to understand how the markets work with each other. And then the last thing, which is the most important, is that you need to have an understanding of how outside influences affect the market. So hurricanes, wars, catastrophes, tsunamis, any sort of things that happen outside that are not in our control affect the markets. That's why you have so many traders having big screens, on the floors so they can watch the news. And that's the biggest element that a piece of software misses. And that's the point I was trying to make. When you explain to people that fifth point, you don't need to have the actors to show you that it's fake. If a person can understand that a piece of software cannot make consistent trades for you because you need to have an understanding of how the markets work. And I remember Stephen telling me about the situation where there was something had happened, and something had happened to a currency that just dropped like crazy. And if people didn't know about that, people would have lost a tremendous amount of money. So you need to have an understanding of how that works. Once you've explained that to a person, you can say right there, now look, if you absolutely hell-bent on getting into trading, here are some of the alternatives, okay? So you can say to them, right, go to your bank, speak to a financial advisor, find an institute outside the internet so that you can learn about how to do this. Now that does a few things. First of all, it shows people that they need to get away from the internet to trade. Okay, so that's extra work that they have to go outside and find stuff. All right, you can tell people to do that. So speak to somebody in that industry, because you need to go to a school to get the best advice possible. I went to school, Stephen went to school. And you can also say, look, there are places online that you can find, but they are few and far between. And you need to be able to trust a person. So get on Skype, speak to that person, so you can actually get to know them and understand why their system works. Because the systems that are legit online have unlimited copies of software that people can use, but you have to pay for that service. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You can't get a piece of software for free and then expect to make millions off it. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, so that's what you need to do. And then after that, you can say to somebody, right, I actually teach people how to make money online. And if you would like to learn about that, you can click on the link below that says, and you say your URL. Say your URL. Say the link, all right? And hopefully you guys have forwarded and masked your links that you're using to promote your business. So you've got something. I know Steve's got Online with Steve. I know Katie's got, what is yours, Katie?
I'm sorry, I was in the comments. What is my what?
No, it's fine. I just want to say we've got. What is your link that you use?
Oh, you mean to send people to?
Yeah.
My offer.
Yeah.
I have my own link that I use that I got from GoDaddy, which is ivotedfreedom.com, which sends them to the funnel.
That's right. So you put it at the bottom, and Steve's got his onlinewithsteve.com. I've got takeopportunities.com. And we just say click on the link that says, and you say the name. And then, that's a way that you can actually brand yourself, because believe it or not, people will steal your videos and put them up. And they won't watch the whole video. They'll just put it up. So if somebody goes ahead and watches that video that they've stolen, if you say the actual name or put a little, watermark there on your video, you can actually, don't even worry about it. People can steal my videos. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, they want to speak to you. So then you go ahead and you put that link below. Now, does that make sense to people? I hope that does. Can we get some feedback here from the comments? Does that make sense to people?
Makes perfect sense to me, bro.
I don't see any questions quite yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add a video down here on how to add a watermark to your videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it in after the.
Yeah, I'll put it in afterward.
Yeah, sure. All right, so yes, absolutely. And here's the other thing. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you a couple of tricks you can use in your videos to actually rank them. Okay. If people want to learn about how to rank your video, it's very, very easy, especially with this type of thing. But I'll give you some idea of how you can actually rank your video. Just going to share my screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm sharing this here. Tell me if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it, bro.
Okay, cool. All right, so over here, I have a template. And I just did a review on a program called One Step Ahead Program. All right, that's the actual name of the product. It comes out on the 14th of this month. But that's the actual program. Now, if you guys can actually see the letters, because I know sometimes you can't. See if I can make this bigger. I don't think I can. Anyway, if you guys can see it, you can actually see the lettering. Alright, so here's the actual template. Now what you need to do is to make sure that on your heading you have the actual keyword, and the keyword will be the name of the product, called One Step Ahead. Alright, so One Step Ahead is the name of the product. Make sure it's in your title on the first row in the title. Okay, and then call it One Step Ahead Review, because that's the actual title, because that's what people are going to actually type into YouTube. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you repeat the title of the actual product in the second part of the title. So I put one step ahead program review, and then I put a space and a pipe. This line is called a pipe, and you can usually find it somewhere in your keyboard. Mine is at the top, just next to the back arrow key. Press shift and the pipe should appear. Alright, and then what you want to do is just separate that, and I've said the real dangers of one step ahead program. Alright, now don't copy what I say something else, but you could say, you know, one step ahead, is this really true? You could do whatever you want, but make sure you repeat the title, repeat the keyword one step ahead twice in your actual video. And then after you've actually got the title of the actual program, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to find the one I did so you can see what I do. Just so you can see it. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to stop sharing and share my other screen. I'm going to go to YouTube right now. I'm going to search for that particular program which I did. What do you know? I'm the first one. I did that 4 hours ago. 40 views. Alright, so here's the video. Alright, you can see it's right at the top. So if somebody's going to type in one step ahead program review, they're going to find my video right at the top. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to click on this so you can actually see the video. And if you watch this video, you'll actually see me say something. In this video, we're going to be talking about one step ahead. Now, I don't follow everything exactly. Sometimes I forget things. I am human. But you'll basically get an idea of what I do in that video. All right. Now, you can actually see that I've put the title in here. So, One Step Ahead Program Review, The Real Dangers of One Step Ahead Program. All right. And then in the description section, you can see that I have a description. Now, this is the most important part. I put in here one step ahead program review over here. I put a space and then a dash, a space, and then I've taken my link and I've put it right there. And then you want to repeat that again twice. All right. The reason I put it twice is for two reasons. One, so it's easy to see, and two, that the keyword shows up twice. And then, of course, you want to write something below it. Now, don't copy what I've written down. You can go ahead and search for it on YouTube and find this program. Just see what I've written. Don't copy mine. Make yours original, all right? And make it original, and you can actually see that I've written some stuff in here. I've actually put a link to a website called the cftc.gov that actually issue warnings against programs like this. And then another program called scisec.gov.cy, and another place where they can check out all the actors on Fiverr. I've put it right over there. And you want to give itself a fairly lengthy description, 200-300 words, and then you want to actually save that. Now, with regards to the keywords, I'm just going to bring this over so you can actually see what you need to do. Now, when you actually edit your video, let me edit this video so you can actually see what it looks like. Let's go to my video manager. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. So here's the video. Now, you can see this one video on this particular channel. Now, this is something I wanted to speak to you about. This is another thing you need to watch out for. I've also installed something on my browser called an Alexa ranking tool. You can go to alexa.com and you can install it on your browser. It's just a plugin that goes on your browser, and it gives you an Alexa ranking for that website. Now, what an Alexa ranking does is it shows you how popular that website is. All right. So I think YouTube has a Alexa ranking of 2. I think it's 2, and Google is 1. But basically, an Alexa ranking If it has a high number on it, it shows you that that particular website has been used quite a bit, and it's slowly becoming more popular and more popular. That's what the Alexa ranking does. Now, when you actually go to One Step Ahead, this particular program over here, the Alexa ranking on this is not applicable. In other words, it doesn't have an Alexa ranking, which means this site is probably new. Now, here's a little tip. If you're going to do a review on a program that's fairly new, try and do that on a separate channel with one video, and I'll tell you why. Very often, if somebody's new and they're just trying to put a scam out and they see your video doing a review on their site, they will think, oh, who's this guy? Let me try and flag him. All right? Because if it's a small guy trying to put a binary option program on a website and it's a brand new site, because they're new to the game, they're going to try and just get rid of all the videos. But if it has a high Alexa ranking, like this one here, Digital Day Trader, it's got an Alexa ranking here of like 5,900,000. This particular website's been around for a long time, so they've been around for a bit, and they probably know what they're doing, and they understand that there will be people doing reviews on products like this. Does that make sense, Katie, Steve?
Yes, it
Yeah, it
does.
makes perfect sense.
Okay. So now here's the actual video, and I'm going to click on Edit. Here's the actual video. All right, so as you can see, I've put the description in here, and these are my keywords. One step ahead program review, one step ahead program, one step ahead program scam, one step ahead program download, one step ahead program, one step ahead program upload, and then Derek review, Derek scam, Derek program, Derek upload. Now, the reason I put those keywords in is because those are primarily what people type in to YouTube. So they'll type in, you know, one step ahead program scam. They might type that in. And if you've got those keywords up down here, it's a place that somebody can actually search for it. But it also helps your video rank on YouTube. So in this template of mine, right at the bottom, I've got here a whole string of keywords that's divided by a comma. All right, so I've got your review, and then I've got the entire keyword right over here. I put review first because that's the main keyword, and then one step ahead scam, and then one step ahead download, and then one step ahead program, because sometimes, because it's just double, because, you know, some people have, you know, it might be called binary option bot program.
I do have a question here, if that's okay with you.
Sure. Let me just finish this up. We'll get to the
Okay. Yep. Okay.
All right, so what you want to do here is you want to take that template and you want to highlight that entire line, copy that entire line, like that, and then I'll just show you what this does. Now, if I take what I've copied and I paste it in there, this is how it's going to appear. It's going to have all those keywords there at once, and then you can actually save changes, and that's done. And that is how you do a binary option review. And then if you do it right, if you save your changes, and now you take the actual program, after you've done that, and if you do it early enough, so if you see these programs out, go ahead and do them. You'll be on the first page. Now there is a, I don't know, Steve, should I teach them that little trick we do?
You can, bro. It's all up to you. You want to release the ninja tactics?
Yeah, this is a ninja tactic. I'll tell you right now. Okay, let's say you've made your video. Okay, so you've made your video, and now you're doing a search, and you can't see your video on the first page. Or let's say that your video is down here, and you really want to move it up a bit. You say, how the heck, why is it down here? This is what you can do. You can copy this URL right at the top, okay? Copy that, like that. Go down to the edit section of your video, and you see I've got two of these down below, right over there. Put that link over here. Now there are two links you can use, the short one or the long one. I would suggest using the long one. That works best for me. Once you actually save this, you wait a few minutes, your video will literally jump like 4 spots. And sometimes it'll jump right to the second place if it's right down here. And that's just a trick that I've learned, that Steve learned, and I know Katie uses, and it's really a good golden nugget that you can actually use. Katie, let's get back to these questions. Okay.
So Arlene was asking, do you just take a screenshot of the page that you're reviewing of that program and to have your screen behind you?
Oh.
You know what I mean? So
No.
already answered. Well, go ahead.
No, I don't. What I do is I use a program called Camtasia, but you can use the exact same thing in Screencast-O-Matic. When you download that program and install it on your computer, whether it be Mac or PC, once you've loaded the program up, you'll see that there is a border that appears around your screen. And all you do is you move the border around the actual window of the website that you're using. And then there will be a box that you can move and put to the left-hand side so that you can actually start recording and your video will be at the bottom left and you can actually start making a review like that. And that's what I do. I don't take a screenshot and put it in the background because I want to actually interact with people on that website if I can. Does that answer your question, Arlene, if that makes sense? And here's the other thing. A lot of people make videos and they put their video on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side of the screen. Sometimes it's on the right. Now here's a little trick I can tell you right now. If you move it on the left-hand side, what you are doing is you're getting people to look to the left. And when you look to the left, you're accessing your creative side of the brain, which means you are, and I don't want to go into the complications of it, but when you look to the left, it's a lot more enjoyable for people to see. If you look to the right, it's a little more logical, and so you have to be making sense. All right, and some people, and it's just a way of life. In fact, if you know somebody close to you, and here's a test you can do. If you go ahead and look at somebody, look a person in the eye. Okay, now I've got to get this right. Okay, so left side of the brain is logical, right side of the brain is creative, which means the left eye is creative. It is harder to look at a person in their left eye than their right eye. Try it with somebody that you're close with, or try it with somebody that you're not close with. You'll find that it's incredibly uncomfortable because there's a connection, because you're attaching the creative side of the brain. And that's just a little trick I learned. Try and get your videos on the left-hand side. If you put it on the right-hand side, it's just it doesn't work as well. All right? Yeah. Any more questions?
I don't see any more questions, but Pops actually made a really good point about comments. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that everybody has to take a lot of time in after you upload a video and like really pay attention to the comments. You know, you don't have to take too much time on it, but you do. I suggest that you go to the comments on a regular basis because, for one, we have the affiliates who create their own channel. It's usually just like a fake channel to go comment on other people's videos and say, hey, you're right, this one is a scam. Actually, try this one. This one's a lot better. And 9 times out of the 10, it's usually any of those other faulty softwares that you actually get to know. And also, what you want to find is there's going to be people who are going to be legit people who are actually going to ask questions. And so, what you want to do is you want to reply to those questions to let them know that you are a real person and you are here to answer those questions. If you don't feel comfortable answering questions right away when you have something on that, you know, you'll get it with time. So it's just something to be aware of. And what I do is I actually take those comments that suggest another software and I just simply delete it, because it's just basically spamming my comments, and I don't need people going to other softwares on false pretenses that they've made tons of money in such a short amount of time. So if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. You know, here's the thing, people. You know, I know that there's a lot of some people are afraid of the haters out there, the trolls out there that go and they say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about and all of that stuff, and don't listen to him, look at my program. But here's the interesting thing. If somebody is bad-mouthing you, don't take that as negative. All right? Take that as a positive. When somebody's writing something negative about you, all they are doing is giving you more exposure. And the way I see it is, if you're being ethical in your business and if you have a lot of integrity, it doesn't matter what people say, because when they actually go and check you out, they'll see that you're a real person. And then once they go and, if they say, oh, you know, Dave Radek is terrible, he doesn't do anything he wants to, and they can go ahead and they can try and find me, look at my website and see that I am a real person. All they're doing is you give them more exposure, and of course, because they're being so negative, they're just going to be giving themselves a bad name. All right? That's why I say, never say, unless it's something like these binary option things. I honestly don't know how people sleep at night making these programs. All right? And even in my presentation, I'm not gonna bash people outright. I'm gonna tell them what I think, because I believe it's an ethical thing. I don't believe that somebody should be doing that. But I will never, ever put somebody down, ever. I don't want to do that. All right? Because even if somebody is horrible to you, the best way you can respond is through love, is through warmth and kindness. That is the only way that you can get through to people. And in fact, it's the only way that you can make the other person either, because if you react with kindness, all that's going to do is help your business. All right? That makes a lot of, if that makes sense at all. Yeah, and Chris is right. You can also block the comments if you want to. Let's see. There's got to be questions. There's got to be more questions.
There's another thing that I would like to add is that if you're new at this and you're just getting started, I think it's important to actually, before you start doing videos, that you have to get your autoresponder set up so you can send those people to an autoresponder. So I just want to make sure that's set.
Absolutely. And just to answer, I don't know if Arlene saw my answer, but yes, Screencast-O-Matic is a much cheaper option than Camtasia. I think it's like, if you're using a Mac, Camtasia is like $97. If you're using a PC, it's $300. All right, but you know, I've used both softwares, and they also offer a trial for Camtasia, so you can use it for a month, delete it, and then install it again if you want. But I'm just saying, it's a very easy piece of software. So I'm surprised there aren't more questions about this. So basically, you give an honest review in a positive way and tell them why you should not use. But that's right. It's not. The other thing I say in my videos is I say that trading binary options can be done. All right, people can trade binary options, but it's the automated pieces of software that claim that you can make millions in a short period of time. That's false. It doesn't exist. Trading bots are real, but you always use them in conjunction with indicators, in conjunction with the news. All right, and people use signal services, like indicators that will actually suggest to go up or down. And normally, when you're trading any sort of commodity, you have 3 indicators that are going in the right direction before you make a decision. But that's why it's a complete fallacy to think that a piece of software is going to make you consistent results on a regular basis. Because if that were true, everybody would be doing it, and America would be out of debt. So would all the other countries. I mean, just think about it. It doesn't work. All right? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It's hard work. Steve, you know what it's like. You know how stressful trading can be.
Yeah, man. When you're on a losing streak, it's not fun at all. It's just like, it's so stressful, bro. You got to constantly sit at your PC and watch those indicators on the tick chart, on like just ticking over. And if you don't enter your trade at the right time, you're gonna lose money. If you don't enter the trade with your indicators indicating the direction, most people just get an indicator and they just start guessing when they start first doing binary options. That's also the biggest mistake you can make as well, just guessing whether something's going to go up or down because you got a gut feeling or something. You got to stick to the indicators and stick to them religiously.
No, I got a question to kind of snowball off of that, Steve. Isn't it true that legit softwares that are actually have people's best interest in mind in trading, isn't it true that they actually start you off with a kind of a demo account before you actually start trading so you can kind of get used to it? Is that true?
Yeah. At most brokers, you can just open up a demo account and then just start practicing your trades before you take it live. You can normally get like a $5,000 demo account and just use the software and just practice until you get it down pat. I think you're muted.
No, that's all I had for that. Did Dave freeze? I think he fell asleep. Didn't it look like he's sleeping?
It looks like
How does he stand so still like that? Oh, whoa! No, it's different.
Holy moly, he's frozen.
Not sure if he's actually coming. Well, we'll just kind of wait for him. But anyways, it's actually at the top of the hour, so I think we went over a lot of good information. And actually, right now, right below this video, you can actually see a little tab that says Empower Hour streaming live Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's actually going on right now. So
we want to get on that.
Yeah, we want to get on that. So it happens every Monday. So there's actually a phone number. I could place that in the comments too. But yeah, I'm gonna say that was a good hangout, and we can just kind of hang it up and have everybody get on that Empower Hour. So it's gonna be Mike Hobbs tonight. An amazing story. So get on that.
And guys, you must take action on what you learned tonight. Don't just sweep it under the rug. Another strategy. Just take a massive daily action on it. You will see the results, and that's pretty much all I can say for that. Do it every single day for 90 days. It will become a habit, and then you'll be good to go. You'll get opt-ins, you'll get leads. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but you will start seeing results if you take massive action.
Hey,
Dave.
Perfect.
Did you lose me? All right,
yeah, fell asleep.
Yep, we're getting everybody on the Empower Hour, so I'm going to put that in the comments and they can jump on that. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just that is true. Yeah, demo account. So Steve, you explained that whole thing, right?
Yeah, and I explained that they must take massive daily action on what they learned.
All right, cool. Yeah, just take action. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye so you guys can get on the Empower Hour, and then we'll get on next week with something else. But thanks for joining us. Cheers, guys.